The Arab world is once again in the grip of escalating conflicts and deepening humanitarian crises, with recent events shedding light on systemic failures and human rights violations. The situation in Tripoli, Libya, has taken a dramatic turn following the sentencing of the country's education minister, Musa al-Megharif. He was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison over issues related to textbook shortages dating back to 2021. This legal ruling, announced by the Attorney General's office on March 16, 2025, has sparked public outcry and raised questions about accountability in the Libyan government. The case originates from widespread frustrations after many parents were forced to buy photocopies of school books that were supposed to be freely provided to students. Accusations of favoritism and mismanagement in printing contracts only deepened the controversy, ultimately leading to al-Megharif's conviction. Meanwhile, across the ocean, a separate incident has further fueled concerns about human rights violations. Dr. Rasha Alawiya, an assistant professor at Brown University, was deported from the U.S. despite holding a valid H-1B visa. Detained at Logan International Airport on March 13, 2025, and deported to Lebanon, her case has ignited debates about the U.S. immigration system's treatment of legal visa holders. Alawiya's lawyers have argued that her removal was in direct defiance of a federal court order, raising serious questions about the integrity of immigration enforcement. In Sudan, the discovery of 11 bodies in a well in Khartoum has horrified the nation. Sudanese authorities suspect these individuals were victims of the Rapid Support Forces, that is, RSF, during their occupation of the area. This gruesome find comes amid ongoing clashes between the military and RSF, a conflict that has already claimed over 20,000 lives. The desperate situation in Sudan underscores the urgent need for international intervention to prevent further loss of life. Syria, too, remains in dire straits. The interim government has joined an international conference aimed at securing aid for the country, where approximately 16.5 million people require humanitarian assistance, including 12.9 million in need of food aid. While world leaders attempt to coordinate relief efforts, families of Syria's disappeared continue their painful search for answers. In Dara, grieving relatives gathered, urging the government to locate their missing loved ones. Among them was Wafa Mustafa, who has spent years searching for her father, last seen in 2013. Her story is a tragic reminder of the countless families left in limbo due to Syria's ongoing crisis. Meanwhile, in Yemen, tensions are escalating as the Iran-backed Houthi rebels have called for massive protests in response to deadly U.S. airstrikes. Houthi leader Abdulmalik al-Houthi has vowed retaliation, declaring, "We will confront escalation with escalation." This latest flare-up threatens to plunge the region into further turmoil, with both sides showing no signs of backing down. Across the Arab world, these events paint a picture of instability, systemic governance failures, and deepening humanitarian needs. From Tripoli to Khartoum, Damascus to Sana'a, the suffering of ordinary citizens continues to mount. The world is watching, but the question remains, will the international community act decisively to stem the tide of these crises? Or will these conflicts continue to spiral out of control? Stay subscribed for more videos.